Good morning. So here's a follow-up video to the last one I made. If you haven't done so already, feel free to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel and then also at ideasgarcia.com. That's my website. You can find a lot more information there. Today I want to talk to you all about the second step of the IRPAME process, which is relationships. So IRPAME stands for I, ideas, R, relationships, P, planning, A, action, M, marketing, and E, evaluation. Altogether, those 6 steps constitute the IRPAME process. There's a worksheet that goes with it that you can find out more at ideasgarcia.com. So step 2 is reminding us that no matter how smart you are, how learned you are, no one in this world does anything on their own. We all need help, whether it's assistance to delegate to, whether it's a team of people that share expertise that we don't have, and collectively we make a team that has the right experience we need to be successful. Or if you need to contract someone with a certain skill. Regardless, step 2, and this is why it's step 2 of the IRPAME process reminds us that we must think about who's working with us, who's connecting with us, who do we need. And the who might not be a name at first, it might just be a title or a type of person or someone with a certain skill set, but it's important that we write that down as well. Again, IRPAME idea book tells us that we should write things down so that they're not resting on our head, and we can focus on one thing at a time. So the IRPAME process prompts you to write down the brainstorm. Go through the 6 steps and dump out the brainstorm. And it's important. Step number 2 is relationships. Right off the bat, you should be thinking, who's going to help me with this idea? Who would like this idea and keep me motivated to continue to advance this idea? Who would pay for this idea? Relationships is really about, building a team, but then also starting to explore the marketing aspects of it. Who's your audience, right? Relationships. In this society and in the professional world, relationships is a cornerstone to any successful endeavor. And so whether it's the people you're going to sell to, having a good relationship with them, a good relationship with your colleagues, who do you need to be your colleagues? Those are all things we need to consider immediately when we start thinking about our idea. The other thing is a relationship, and this kind of goes back to mindset, is our relationship with ourselves and what kind of self-talk we're giving ourselves. And it's really important to consider those things because, believe it or not, that can influence a lot of our motivation, is what we're telling ourselves subconsciously about whether we can achieve or not. And sometimes it's okay to hire somebody, a coach, whether it's temporary or long-term, to help us stay on the positive side of the mindset, because again, relationships. In studying learning theory during my master's degree, one of the things I learned is that human beings are of course, we're social creatures, which means that we try to establish rapport with one another. We try to speak the same language so we can understand each other, have similar mannerisms and things like that. So we're essentially mirrors. We're mirrors to one another. So when either you're gonna become the person that you're hanging out with and you're gonna start to mirror them, or if you're conscious, if you're awake and are controlling what your mindset is, you could even begin to have other people mirror you. And so if you're in control of your goals and your mindset, you could start to make those around you more successful too, simply by taking care of yourself, taking care of your goals, and staying focused. Hopefully that focus will rub off. So relationships is step number 2. Very important. That's why it's step number 2. And it's a big reminder to immediately after we think of a great idea is to start to brainstorm who would like this idea and who would help us with it. That's 5 minutes. I'll talk to you next time.